a dark horse? Could they suddenly pull out the bag?
Most definitely. With their play style, they're so aggressive. So like, I think a lot of teams will be quite surprised by them.
Okay, all right. Emily, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, Exertus not to be overlooked. I mean, last weekend at EJL they came second, so they're obviously a great squad. They're really good at S&D, and I think it's going to be quite a tight game. My prediction for this game is 3-1 to Epsilon. I think Exertus will take the S&D, but it's going to be a good one, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit less optimistic on the Exertus side and say Epsilon 3-0 sweep, but I'm sure I'll leave my words.
Right, I think are we good to hand over to the casters then, and we'll get this game underway. So we're chucking over to Brycey and to Puckett, guys. Take it away.
Hello and welcome. Yes, it is time. It is the first match of the day. Epsilon versus Exertus. I am Brycey, and joining me here is the infamous Puckett.
What up, baby? Guys, wake up, right? We are all here for some Call of Duty today. Brycey, we're in for a treat here with our first match.
Oh, we certainly are. Without any further delay, let's introduce the team. First up on my left,
I'm all for random numbers, me, but not when it comes to me car insurance.
So Robs and Rated. Now, Endura in this team is actually known as something as an S&D specialist. Ridiculous at this game type, so I can't wait to see him on that.
Why just S&D, though? If you watched this guy just a week ago in Blackpool, he was throwing up numbers in all the games. I mean, Robs was one of my favorites to watch at the European qualifiers before COD Champs. This is a squad that's coming in here with nothing to lose, and they got to be careful, though. On the other side of the stage, we got some serious hitters.
Yeah, we certainly do. The other team coming against them, Epsilon, known worldwide, the infamous team of Jerd, Swanee, Tommy, and Josh, here to see if they can carry another title in the UK. They won one just a week ago. They want to see if they can make it a two-peat.
I love it, man. First match of the day, 2 European squads, but this is just the first group of 4. And we got, how many matches today? 12 different matches that we're going to see in group play to kick this off.
Yeah, we most certainly are. I'm really excited for this. Obviously, it's the reason the crowd has just packed in. And the guys, as far as I'm aware, should be coming on the stage any second to take their position in the booth, and we'll start this game right up.
Can't wait for it. While we're waiting on the players to walk out here, Brycey, for all the Americans tuning in, why don't you break down the format for us?
Okay, so first day, it's group play. There are 4 groups of 3. Every single one of these will, of course, play each other. That's how groups work. The top 2 will progress through the championship Sunday. 1 from each group will go home, the loser. And then, obviously, from there, it's a single elimination all the way through.
It's going to be good, man.
It is really going to be good. So let's talk about this first game. Predictions. I actually have to agree with the analysts. I think this is maybe an Epsilon win.
I'm going, yeah, Epsilon. You thought I was going to say Exertus. No, I like these guys. They're definitely the underdogs in the fight, but Tommy, Swanee, that combo, I mean, these guys are legends here in Europe. If you put, I have Tommy in my top 10.
He plays the enemy team.
He does, especially in S&D. I feel like without a doubt, you can just count on him to put up 8 kills. Don't be afraid if you see 12 or 13 on the board. He's just S&D beast, or at least has been, especially on a map like Freight when he can put that Remington to use.
You know what? If he's on Freight, it's either going to be Freight, Octane, or we're going to see
we're kicking things off.
That's going to be the way he uses his sniper. Now, that is where he's most dangerous. Sniping Tommy on S&D is the first pick machine. He just basically shuts down entire portions of the map. And I haven't seen anybody in Europe out-snipe him. I'm wondering if the Americans can hold a candle.
I don't know, man. I mean, we've seen some incredible... Group play, you guys have randomized the maps here. In our map list, it looks like we got Freight for map 1. We're going to see Sovereign for S&D game 2. Octane Blitz for game 3. Very fast-paced there.
Yes.
Then we're getting to Strike Zone. And I can't wait to see Exertus on Strike Zone if they can get to game 4, because they're running 4 subs.
See, this is where it might be Epsilon drop another map. So Strike Zone, I don't feel like it's Epsilon's strongest map, and I feel like that just because of the way they play. Like Octane, in my opinion, Epsilon's strongest map, and that's because of the the strong theme of ARs running through. They've got Tommy and Swanee, both known for strong ARs. Strike Zone, that may be where Exertus can kind of put the pain down.
Well, if we get to Game 5, we'll see if Endura can go huge on Warhawk to help Exertus take a 3-2 over Epsilon. But without any further delay, it's time to meet our teams. Let's bring out Exertus first.
Yeah, here come Exertus. They should come through the stage right about now to my left. We have spoken about them before. It is Endura, Reedy, Robs, and Ray.
Everyone's got methods. So many. There's a Spanish one. Yeah, there's probably about two. There's old methods. He's going to, yeah. He's just a coach there.
They can't hear. They can't hear anything. You can't hear, right?
Maybe on the stream you can.
But yeah, but they can't. They must have figured that out. It's the roaming camera. Yeah.
But let's introduce the second team, the current champions of the UK. It's Epsilon.
Now tell me about this team.
There are so many things to say about this team. You've got King Jerd, Mr. Does What He Wants. Swanee, known as the turret to many people.
They call it cable bashing. You always have someone behind you to be up close because what will happen is he's going to trip over his own cables. Look, now you can't hear them.
EGL last weekend. They're here to try and do the damage again.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Swanee had one of the worst events I've ever seen out of him in Anaheim. Everyone else is playing pretty well. But when we just saw them in Blackpool a few weeks ago, Swanee's back. And
Yeah,
I think
most
that's
certainly is.
where you got to be a little bit nervous if you're an American team coming over here, if you have to face off against Epsilon, and especially if you're Exertus here in the first match of the entire tournament.
Home ground. You got to remember, G2, they were in the final. Swanee played like a god.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you got to worry about here. I don't know exactly what it is about home ground for the UK team. They did it at G1. TCM got to that final. G2, it was Epsilon in that final. Admittedly, they both lose to the juggernauts that were Complexity or EG now. But don't underestimate them this weekend.
All right, so we heard our analyst say 3-0. That was Shane. Mello said 3-1. What's
Yeah.
your prediction for this best of 5?
I'm also going to go 3-1. They're too good at S&D.
You know what? I'm crazy.
Oh, go on. Hit us with the crazy.
I'm supposed to say 3-0 right now. That's what my left side of my brain says. The right side, the crazy part, says it's going Game 5.
Well, we're certainly going to find out if it does get that far. We're going to just see when this game is starting up. Map 1.
Freight Dom, man.
Freight Dom. Now
All right, talk to me a little bit about this game type.
Okay, so here it's all about...
Strike zone. Okay, can't hear.
disgusting spot back of red, and you're actually able to see B, and he knows to hit every single point on B to stop someone from capturing it with his AR. Through smoke, through whatever, he can hit it.
He can just hit the blind
He
shots.
certainly can. It's ridiculous.
Now, talk to me about the loadouts that you would suggest for a map like this, because, you know, Exertus talking to them in the booth before the match, they said we're most comfortable when we can run 4 subs.
Exertus probably will run 4 subs here. I imagine we'll probably see either Swanee or Tommy start an AR just to get a little bit of control. However, it's going to be Jerd and Josh just running straight forward and going for it. They're going to try and get, like I said, this mid-control is very, very important, but at the same time, they won't put the risk down. I mean, we have seen before from a few teams, they've gone for that quick push. I think it's going to be a very safe setup.
All right, well, for all the moms and dads who are awesome enough to bring your children here, thank you for being at G3. What you're about to watch is a game called Domination. There's going to be 3 flags on the map. The goal here, go stand on that flag. While you're standing on it, you'll capture it. Once you capture it, you're going to get 1 point for every 5 seconds of control. You have an opportunity of scoring on 3 different flags at once. But really, especially on Freight, you want to play it nice and safe. Just keep 2 flags. Let your opponents kind of keep their home flags so you can set up the spawn traps. But I'm looking here, and Brycey, it looks like I was looking at Sunday's game mode. Sorry, game number 1. Right away, Exertus has an opportunity to take a huge game from Epsilon here on Strike Zone to kick things off.
Okay, so now the booths are actually closed. I'm going to go a little bit more into the detail of what's going to happen here.
How deep
so
you going?
there is a tactic that I've seen, and some people don't like it, some people do, that Epsilon occasionally use. What you'll see is Swanee grab an AR, and I know what you're thinking, Strike Zone and AR, what on earth are you doing? But what he uses his teammates as a shield, and he will control all around pawn area with that AR. As long as his teammates can kind of keep the slaying away from him and let him just pick up and nobody move him out of that position, absolutely ruins teams, but he has to get the setup right. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
All right, well, we're kicking things off in 7 seconds. Let's get into the game. We're heading to Strike Zone, the fastest-paced map of the 11 in our competitive rule set. So here we go. We're kicking things off. You got Rated on your screen, and talking to him, he said, I'm the guy who's going to run the AR, if at all. The rest of them are all going for the SMGs, and Rated's going to open up with the first kill. Won't be able to get very far. Will Tommy or Jerd both cut down at C, and already the first 3 kills all going in favor of this Exertus squad.
Yeah, both teams running complete SMG here, so no other tactics coming in at the moment. Then Jerd going to get 2 piece. No! Gets shut down. Jerd has managed to get him. It's now on board with Jerd. Let's see what he can do. Looks like he's going to go C-Says. Gets taken down himself. Now on board with Tommy. He's also challenging. He has his teammate there at the same time. Tommy trying to get this one in. He has trying to get that tiny little head spot. Just can't get it. He doesn't get a kill. Great from him. Also gets the capture.
Nice shots there from Tommy. And we're going to see what he can do here as Tommy now switching over to Rated from Exertus is going to be challenging for A. Now look at the mini-map there in the top left corner of your screen. You can see B is going to be inside of the bar. That is going to be the heaviest contested area. C and A control is really what you want to lock down, though, because if you can get your opponent stuck in B, you can set up for some serious spawn traps.
Yeah, you most certainly can. We've actually seen teams do it more often than once. You can get trapped in there, and both teams will really not want that to happen. So currently still on board with Rated. He's doing so well so far. He was 6-1. He's now 6-2. Jumping onto Swanee. Swanee going to try to move into B. Actually gets his teammate to get that nade kill. Tommy coming in with him here. Big gunfighter battle or rush. Swanee trying to get one. Tommy gets the other one. Clean them straight out. Easy capture on B there for Epsilon.
Nice stuff here. Swanee definitely with B, but look at that mini-map. The battles are about to go down at A. Swanee, here's the call out. Will get the rotation. He's got to look out, though, for the fire coming top middle. Sees those bullets coming. Great play just to play patient there. Picks up the easy kill. Now he can push in on A.
Yeah, look at this, that's going for it now. Epsilon managed to get it back again. It does seem like the rotation is coming in tight from Epsilon here. They are doing so well to hold this. Currently ahead 29-25, and now they're rotating back. Unfortunately, you can see the rotation come in from Exertus, so they have the advantage. They are slightly quicker. And you get 2 coming on the scene now. Let's see, there's actually a pincer coming on. There's 1 man left alone. He's Rated. Straight down he goes.
Can we go back to Swanee? Actually, just as I say that, he's picked off. We'll stay on board with Tommy. Tommy also on a 4-point spree. Picks up point number 5, and really, that's something we want to keep an eye on is who can get these string of kills together. Josh is going to be pushing in from the front. Tommy will be pushing from the back, but this is an all-out assault on B from Epsilon.
Certainly, Swanee is the only one that's likely to do one challenge here. Oh, gets taken down. Big 2 people are ready to shut down B, and it will be Exertus now. They're even going for the triple cap here, Puckett. He's going to Reedy. Reedy's going to go for it with a big 2-piece. It's a triple cap to Exertus. They're going to go screaming into the lead now. Big plays from Reedy. It has gone neutral. That was a second off getting it.
Yeah, and, you know, we're just looking at it, and Reedy just had a huge play, but at the mini-map, I was taking a peek. There's only 1 Epsilon player alive. I believe that was Jerd, and he was still able to pick up 2 kills. And now when you look at the mini-map, Epsilon's in a great position to have another 2 flag cap control.
I think that worried them a little bit, like so they are just behind. Swanee just floating here at the moment, but the gunfight, it's going to go down to B once again. Tommy holding off. Another one he covered. Can he get it? He can. Big 2-piece from him. Epsilon now trying to just get that slaying on level. And Tommy, once again, the game changer pushing through it. He is looking for kills. Down he goes to a nade.
Nice Semtex there from Rated. Rated picks up the double, taking out Swanee as well. Jerd cleaned up, so that's 3 down once again from Epsilon. C is definitely in Exertus' control, and now they're going for A. Tommy trying to put a stop to it. He's a second late, gets 1, but there's another player right around this corner.
There is. His teammate there. It doesn't matter. Tommy picks it up anyway. Tommy picking up 2 pieces all over the shop at the moment. And I can see Jerd pushing into B here. He's going to go through. Down he goes to Rated again. He seems to happen all the time to Jerd.
Now, can we just stay on this Exertus squad for the last minute, Brycey? Because this team is currently up over Epsilon in the first 5 minutes of Strike Zone Dom.
They certainly are on board with Endura now. He's 9-5 and he's holding down B here. He's waiting for the rotation to come in, but he's gone to C. He's looking for them. Down he goes to Swanee. Now this is the problem. They could be trapped here for the last bit. It will give Epsilon a little chance to get back into it.
Down to the last 38 seconds here. A 6-point game. Exertus trying to hold on to control. They're going for A. You can see on the mini-map, and Reedy is going to be a big player. Can't get the kills there in the courtyard, so it's all up to Endura working with Rated.
there, trying to hold it down, and down he goes as well. Epsilon are not going to let that one slip. Aridi's coming back in once again, looking for that kill. Nobody there. They're by A. You can actually see players moving into B, but it doesn't look like Epsilon are locking it down. They were refusing to let Exertus breathe.
What a
it does seem
comeback.
like Epsilon are just going to slip into the lead here. And it's going to be one more tick over, I think, on this one. And it's going to be like a 1-point game, Puckett.
Oh, yeah, this is the worst part. Exertus knows we had a 12-point advantage. Guys, what just happened? We're now down a point. They have to wait for the reset on the second side of the map. That is a huge mental win for the Epsilon squad.
Yeah, it certainly is. Looking at the scoreboard there, it's actually quite even across it. You can actually see only one member of the Exertus squad actually going positive, and that's Endura. So even with the kills in favor of Epsilon, there's only 1 point they managed to get that, and even then, that's that last 45 seconds that actually hammered it home.
I mean, Endura has the best KD on his team. He has 5 caps as well. Cannot be playing much better. Let's see what he can do off the break.
Oh,
Big wins
takedown,
at
Tommy.
C. However, A still not captured. It looks like they're going for A-B control, and that player on A was just picked off. 3 dead for Exertus. Rob's now the last man trying to capture
they're
B.
going to pin him. Here goes, here comes the setup from Epsilon. They're going to try and hold them in. It's going to be all down if they can keep them this cover. Swanee is there. Swanee with a 2-piece.
No.
You don't come against this man on a head glitch any day.
Yeah, and look at this. Tommy's there in the middle of the map to support. If you can just go to the mini-map full screen after this Swanee double kill, you can see he's just going to lock down this entrance. All 4 players are going to try and break through the same side, and Swanee is saying no. Another 2 kills.
Swanee and Tommy.
This is how you perfectly trap your opponents on strike zone.
They will not let them go. Tommy, Swanee now in a little bit of trouble. He's actually going to pick up another gun, continue his streak. That's 8 he's got so far. Jerd picking him up front door. There is no escape. They just can't get out. Josh and Jerd are working into duo to try and get this one. Jerd with another one. They will not let them move.
Exertus, good luck. I would just unplug your controller and wait for game 2 because I don't see them breaking out anytime soon. The setup from Epsilon is perfect. Jerd playing that so patiently. Big nades though, 3 down. Go back to Swanee though. He's on an 8-point spree. How big can he go? The answer is not very far. 18 and 12 though, a fantastic start from the captain.
Certainly. Look at that, just holding him in. That was actually great play from both Epsilon and, well, both Epsilon duos there. Tommy and Swanee and Jerd and Josh, kind of both duos on this team, and they both just work together. You can see the rotation coming in and just make sure any exit was locked down.
You know, and I just said Swanee's the captain. Is that true? No. Or who is going to be the leader of this team?
If you're going to pick a leader, it'd probably be Tommy.
Thomas?
Yeah.
All right, so Tommy is our player to watch when it comes to the leadership, but when it comes to slang, Swanee is our guy. 18-12 with 6 captures, definitely the best stats on that leaderboard. On the other side, you can see after the spawn trap, everyone on Exertus is struggling in the KD.
Yeah, they seem to have found a second gear to get into here. Epsilon are just proving why they're the best in Europe last weekend, and they're doing it once again, and they are going for it again. Look at this. They're just kind of baiting and switching, and Epsilon said they've got a point to prove here this weekend. They were not happy they got outplaced by TCM at Anaheim, so they want to make sure they know, and the world knows just how good they are.
Rob's on your screen trying to do some damage, only able to pick up 1. Now going to Enduro, shooting wide right, is expecting someone to come around that corner. Didn't happen, still able to stay alive, gets 1, forcing a second player back, but they need to get this A control. Cannot let Epsilon capture this if they want to fight back, and already you can see they were down about 15, bringing that within a 6-point game now.
Now Josh going to turn around the corner here. No, Josh shuts them both down with a 2-piece. Good place from him. Let's jump on board. He's going to 20 and 15. Pre-shots going down. He has support here for his teammates. Really underrated though. Going to drop this one. Unfortunately, Tommy left alive. Tommy now trying to hold this one as well. They still have the advantage, Epsilon, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, and now they're in that same position. We saw Exertus at the start of the game. Trapped inside of B, but Jerd leading the charge is going to try and push out on C side. Josh has his back. Nice grenade up top, predicting it. Will get the kill. Saves Jerd as well. Huge plays from this Epsilon squad to break out.
It certainly is. Now we're going to see Swanee moving to B here. He's going to have several coming against him. C1, second one at the door. Swanee takes him down. You're not getting B today. There is no man who can hold ground like Swanee.
90 seconds left, 6-point game. Either team could take this, but right now you see Epsilon on top of that kill column. They are keeping them out of C. The question is, can Exertus break this setup?
I just don't think they can. You've actually got Jerd and Josh working the C point there, and you've got Tommy and Swanee backing each other up to the point where Swanee and Tom are actually going for the rotation here. Not content with a 2-to-1, which will give them the win. They're going for the triple cap.
Yeah, at least try and neutralize. That was the game plan there. was able to get it. So no points being scored by Exertus right now, and Swanee's trying to keep it that way. Nice cover, but here comes Josh. Josh, one more player to beat. The one-on-one won by Robs. A huge kill there. A, though, still neutral. It's one flag each team, with that third flag being neutral. Coming down in the last 45 seconds, Epsilon has this all but locked up.
They certainly do. They're going to get called out. Jared's going to get taken down. On board with Tommy. Tommy's just trying to make sure they don't lose that point as well. They should have this one in the bag pocket.
So here we go. Robs making the desperation push. Knows they need the 3 cap coming in the last 30 seconds. Won't be able to break in. And now Jared setting up to watch this closet door. Knows he's just got to keep B flag alive or neutralized. And Epsilon, despite having a shaky start, looks like they've got it done coming down to the final 15.
It certainly does. You can tell the scores there. You can see a lot more slang from Epsilon that second half. You got to say, I think Swanee there, 23 and 17, 6 captures as well, holding that door against all odds. Him and Tommy locked it up. They went out the other door. You actually saw Josh and Jer kind of coming together. But yes, first map of G3 goes to Epsilon.
What a job here by this Epsilon lineup. Down big on the first side. 10 seconds on strike zone is huge.
Yeah.
Battled back, took the lead at the half. And then, like you said, that perfect spawn trap, Swanee and Tommy locking down the closet, and Josh just doing a great job working with Jared on those stairs.
That was unbelievable. You could actually, like I said, the two Josephs just were floating. They made sure the cover, their comms must have been so precise to say, look, I need cover here. We've got 2 pushing out. And Exertus were like, we just can't get out these doors. Between Josh and Swanee holding the main stairs, and then obviously you got Tommy and Jared who were rotating. There was no way to get out easy.
All right, so let's take a look at our final stats from game number 1 in our best of 5. Of course, leading the charge here for the Epsilon team. You see King Jared on top with 27 kills. Swanee 23 and 17 though with the best KD. With a 4-point round 1.
It certainly is. 3 kills and he went straight for that defuse. Relied on Swanee on Overwatch, and let's face it, if you go on one guy watching over you with an AR, it's got to be that man there.
Let's see the final kill one more time. Actually, because of defuse, there's no kill cam. Why would there be? We're going into round 2 with Epsilon on the attack, and that bomb is going to be picked up by Swanee. Interesting move here to give your AR the bomb. I expect some slow play at B.
Yeah, you are right, it's kind of interesting. I didn't expect him to get it, but it doesn't look like Josh is going straight in. 4-0 now for him. You actually see Jed come up. No, really with the 2 bits in the wall. Picks them both up.
Great play here from Reedy and Swanee. Does he got a sniper in his hand? No, this is the Remington.
Yeah, Swanee with his Remington. He's never far from an AR, this man. You actually see now these two, interesting fact, are kind of known as the duo on S&D. They play so many 2v2s that when they're left alone, they just very natural chemistry comes through.
Tommy Swanee combo. Swanee just patiently waiting, but so is the defense. I believe that's Reedy up behind the blue tarp. He's got his teammate rated there, supporting from front 10. And Robs is really just going to be that roaming player, making sure that A is clear. So running out of time, down the last 30 seconds, Tommy trying to distract, and you're going to see he's able to pick up 1.
It does look like they're going to go for the rotation here. This is where it could go wrong, depending on where Swanee goes. He might see somebody here on the head glitch. He could get taken down. He's trying to get it. Swanee has to kind of duck out of that challenge. It's dangerous times here, and it's going to be up to Tommy to try and get these kills in. They're running out of time, and that's what's going to hurt them.
Tommy's gonna get 1. Gonna find the second one. Tommy's gonna finish this game. No, Swanee now in the 1v1.
Can Tommy's go for it? Oh my goodness. Rob's just had to stay alive, but Swanee jumps straight in. Pincer movement to take him down in Genus.
8 kills already for this Epsilon lineup, outslaying their opponents. Great patience. And they had the right sense of urgency as well, coming down in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, they had to go for it.
Should have been picked up on that mid-street, though. That was a huge mistake from Exertus.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, and that's got to say that's one of them. He should have really dropped there. Swanee managed to get away somehow. If Swanee had dropped, that would have been the end. Tommy would have had to go all the way back to mid-street to get that bomb.
So Exertus with a small mistake in round 2, trying to clean it up here now on the attack. Rob's our sniper, currently on your screen. Gonna try and get the pick at the tarp.
Nobody there currently. No thermal on either, but we can see on Oracle mode. He's waiting. He is waiting for a peek. Is he going to see anybody there? No, not at the moment. Swanee managed to pick up 1. He's going to try and go for it. Oh, shot by Rob. Takes one down. Reedy gets a second one as well. Still going Overwatch there. If there is a peek, he will pick this up. He's does manage to miss it. Going for the wall bang. Not able to get that one either. Let's jump on board with somebody further up the field.
The flank is coming too, so keep your eye on that player on the minimap. That's Josh. Has an opportunity to pick up 3 if Robs doesn't look his way.
He does. You can actually see Josh picking up a kill as well. 2 versus 2. Rob's Endura versus Josh and Jared. However, they've got to try and get this one down. You can actually see Jerd coming around the corner there. Is he going to peak in time? He's going to see him, gets him straight down. It's now a 1 versus 2. We jump on board with Endura. Can he hold off this Epsilon duo?
Josh trying to peek in, gonna get taken down one-on-one, and Tommy just destroyed you single-handedly.
Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous.
Here's a look at how Josh finished the round, but honestly, that was Tommy from start to finish. They play a lot like EG. You know, Aches is always that one guy who goes the opposite direction from the rest of the squad. They trust him to stay alive. And Tommy in a very similar position, able to make it work. Now 5-3, chasing Josh though, who's at top of the leaderboard at 6-2.
Certainly is, however, on the attack with Robs now. Let's see how Exertus can try to come back into this. Currently 4-0 down, Robs with the sniper rifle once again. Can he make it work?
There is more action at 8, 2 players being spotted, and it's Reedy this time trying to fend off the push. Grenades coming in, he's taken down by Josh, so already 3-on-4 in favor of Epsilon in round 5.
I'm wondering, I think we're going to actually see that Glitch is going to come into play once again. So unfortunately, I don't think he is actually able to get that bomb down.
It's time to restart the game, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say here? Should we go to commercial break?
Yeah, we're going to do a very quick commercial break, and we're going to get that bomb replanted. We will see you right after this. Hello and welcome back. It's time to get back into this. Sorry there, we're just making sure the admins had the game under control. There is a small glitch on S&D this weekend. Occasionally, the plant or defuse will not work, but we are working with it and we've taken every reasonable precaution.
We know how to get around these problems. It's a quick restart, so we're going to pick things up. 4-0 start here for Epsilon. I've also written down all of the stats going into that last round. So
Yes.
Rated's death at the start of the round will not count against him as our players are getting ready to start up Warhawk once again. But let's talk a little bit about what we saw in those first 4 rounds, because in my eyes, this should have been a 2-2 game.
Yeah, there were several points. I mean, that for me, that it's just going to be Swanee running across mid-street. He went against a player on a head glitch and somehow got away clean. And if that had been different, he had the bomb, it would have dropped into the middle of the street. Tommy was all the way back at American. He would have never been able to get all the way there, get the bomb, get to a bomb site, or kill both those players. But somehow the shot was choked, and you saw the result. Epsilon took it.
We also saw in round number 4, Tommy was getting tagged up. This is another opportunity for Exertus to get first blood. They had Tommy dead to rights. 2 players had him pinched. Tommy somehow survived, was able to run around the tank, pick up his first attacker, then loop around, get a second kill at the gate, and a third at the front door at Gina's, just completely demolishing Exertus. So if I'm Exertus, I need to forget about what happened in those first 4 rounds, start this game knowing that we need to just beat them 6-0. We'll see if they can get it going here. Round number 5, kicking off. Remember, Epsilon is up 1 game in 4 rounds heading into Warhawk.
Okay, let's see on the attack once again. It is rated. We're on board with it. You can actually see there is a man on the flank. It's going to be Reedy trying to hold this off. Let's see if he can hold.
Spots 1, wasn't able to pick up the kill, and now I think he's been called out, has to switch to this Vector. A little dance there in the Oracle mode, and that is fantastic teamwork. Tommy and Swanee once again with the bait and switch.
Yeah, he didn't even look. He just went for it. However, Rated now putting this bomb down. They're just trying to hold this one here. You can actually see Tommy moving straight in. It's the reason I jumped to him. He's going to go rapidly in. He gets one, gets taken down straight away in reply. Jumping back on board with Exertus. It's Robs. Endurance managed to get one. Rob's going to get one at the back. And it's now Jerdner 1 versus 2. We're going to switch to him. Can King Jerd, the man who does what he wants, manage to pull off a 1 versus 2?
Oh, he's got a sniper pistol combo, Jerd.
Oh,
not the best when you're attacking with the bomb down. And there we go, Exertus. Just like that, after the restart, able to pick up 3 kills from Robs, including your final kill cam. Nice job on the attack. The question is, can they keep it going here on defense?
They certainly can. I mean, that was great play from them. They just locked it down. They knew there was going to be a big push from Epsilon. And they actually went in a little bit 1 by 1, not the kind of concentrated push I was expecting from Epsilon.
Yeah.
So you actually see Exertus kind of just pick that one apart.
So here we go. I wanted to see Jerd. Jerd's got a sniper, and it looks like we're going for some team kills here on Epsilon. And I mean, the host did end the game, but if I'm Exertus, I don't stop that game until the admin tells me to.
Yeah, I believe there may be a slight rule issue there with this S&D thing. Also, was every reasonable precaution taken. If I had to shoot a guess at what I know the rules are, the fact that there was a player dead on Exertus that round, they were not supposed to spawn back in on the restart.
All right, so
I think Exertus may have actually not got that round because they had an extra player and they were not supposed to have on the restart. It sounds complicated, but it's the fairest possible way to do it. Because it was a 4 versus 3, you can't just restart the round because you can't plant. It gives you the man advantage right back. So you have to go, no, sorry, you cannot spawn back in. It's 4-3 again.
All right, so we're starting off 4-0 again, eh?
Yes, we certainly are. That was like a practice round, we'll call that. Mulligan, let's start this one again.
All that momentum talk that I just had for Exertus, throw it out the window. Epsilon is in total control. They know it. We'll see. Can they close it out? They just need 2 rounds. On the defensive end, Exertus now has showed their cards. They're only going B. They've always kept 1 guy on the A side. They need to switch it up in my eyes. If I'm Exertus and I'm back on the attack at the restart of this game, we're doing a 4-man push to A.
Yeah, I can see. I think Exertus do need to change things up. I mean, Epsilon have kind of got their number here, and also they've got to be thinking, be very careful. Exertus kind of have to shut down Tommy. For me, Tommy's kind of pulling Exertus apart, but they cannot concentrate on the other 3 members of that team and defend the bomb site because he's a thorn on their side and he could be anywhere.
It's going to be fun to watch here as our players are loading it up. Once again, Brycey, I'm starting to lean towards a 3-0 now. I was a little bit confident in Exertus coming in here, just thinking that they're fresh, they're the underdogs, they could pull off something, but Epsilon 6-1 these guys at EGL. They're now up 1 big game in their worst game mode of the best of 5, probably their strike zone domination. Warhawk, though, it's just been a blowout up to this point.
It certainly has. You know, so you got to put that really on Josh and then Tommy. Like I said, Tommy's just done some ridiculous things there. He's very good at working with his teammates. When he had Swanee and Mystery, he pushed into Genius trying to get that. Obviously, he got traded against, but Swanee was able to pick it up. And then once again, we just saw him just unbelievable accuracy. Bang, 1 down in anyway. Bang, 1 down in Genius. Game over. Thank you very much.
Well, I hate to call him out like this, but that's what I do as a caster. Rated is 0-4 in this game. He's got to get off the donut, and you have Endura, who's supposed to be your S&D superstar. He's 1-4. So
Yeah, that's
those are the
actually
two players I'm
surprising me.
looking for, because Rob's in that last round, the practice round, he showed what he can do with the Vector.
He certainly can. We'll just get a double confirmation from the admin on exactly what has happened. I believe that is the rule, and obviously they spawned in with full 4 players. But we're going to go straight back into this game, cast it as we see it, puck it, and hope for the best.
Here we go. Tommy and the boys, all smiles in the Epsilon booth. Exertus, can they bring it back? We're going to jump right into the game once again. Warhawk, S&D, it's been a B-favored game as both teams have only been attacking that B bomb site. Will Exertus try and switch it up and make the move over to A here?
There you go. You can actually see that has started, and he has actually spawned in. Is he going to spawn in completely?
Yeah, Raiden should just grenade himself at the start or something here.
No, he certainly should. So let's see. I'm just going to double confirmation from the admins on that in my ear in any second now. But let's start. We're going to see Robs first of all. He is on board with the Vector.
All right, so I'm looking, and
he hasn't spawned in. He is right. He is not spawned in. It is a 3 versus 4. That is the rule here. Just in case, say you're in a 1 versus 4 and you couldn't plant the bomb, it's not fair for the other team and then have to start again 4v4. You can't mulligan around like that.
Bomb going down. Raiden making the plant happen. Endura trying to set up to protect at the back loading, and you see the flank is watched. Every single round, Epsilon has sent someone on the slow flank. So I like to see Exertus kind of adapting to it, but they only have 3, and this is really tough to protect B.
Oh, down he goes. Josh managed to pick him off. Trey on board with Rob now, watching the flank. He takes a shot, but has to duck away. And now many shots going at him. Look at him run. He's now alone in a 1 versus 4. And he's going to see the bomb. The bomb is going to go down, but there we go. It has been. And we're actually going to see that bomb defused. Epsilon take the round this time. It will be 5-0.
Do Europeans not believe in trophy systems? I have not seen a trophy system at all in this game.
You know what? It seems to be the case where these guys are so good with grenades, you basically have to cover yourself everywhere. And trophy systems, they're not used as much as they used to be for some reason.
Yeah, if you're a post-up AR, trophy's your best friend. Yeah. But we'll see what's going to happen here as we're now going to see Epsilon on game point. They need just one more round. If you add up our previous game to this, we're now at 5-0. Not a single round going in Exertus' favor, and what a start here from Tommy.
Did say about that sniper with him, and you can actually see Judd pushing straight through. Jory gets one back, trying to jump on board with Josh. Josh did pick up that kill just before I could see him. It's now Robs in a 1 versus 3 to keep his team's hopes alive in the S&D. Can he manage to pull this one off?
I bet you he dies by the 30-second mark.
Okay, let's see. Here he goes for the push. Very careful with the peek here. He really needs a kill, trying to get one in. You can actually see so many bullets going down. Epsilon are like, we now know where he is. They're going to reform their defense. Make sure that he can't come around them.
He's staying alive, but that bomb timer is counting against him, and now he's tagged up. Swanee will end it. A 6-0 crushing defeat from Epsilon here in game number 2. Swanee with your round-ending kill cam. But what a job adding up the scores here. I mean, Tommy went 7, adding this up, he went 7-3 overall in that game. Josh added another 3 kills after starting 6-2, so 9-2 from him. Phenomenal performance from both players.
It certainly was unbelievable. So Josh actually just playing great there. Tommy Lawrence again. We expect that from Tommy and S&D. That's kind of what he's known for. But they worked really well. You actually see them kind of closing it down. They made sure they went and moved as a unit.
Nice work. Epsilon, a quick 2-0 head start in our best of 5. Coming up after the commercial break, we got Blitz. What are your thoughts as we enter map number 3?
I think this is probably Exertus on the ropes here, and Epsilon is going to go for the swift finish.
Exertus fans are going to need to make some noise. Hop on Twitter. Make sure you guys are hashtagging G3 all day as we get it trending, not only here in the UK, but worldwide. Guys, commercial break. We'll be back. Game 3 after this.
I've got the eyes of an eagle.
Hello and welcome back. It is time for map number 3. It's going to be Blitz on Freight. I am Bricey, and joining me for this is, of course, Puckett.
Dude, I love casting Epsilon, and right now they are showing that they are indeed the best team in Europe, up 2-0 over Exertus, who this is a squad that made it all the way to the grand finals of EGL. Down 2-0, though, already going into Game 3. We got instant action here on Blitz. Who's your player to watch?
Well, I'm actually going to jump straight on board with Tommy. He's on the flank already. No points have yet been scored, but Tommy is going to open that gate. He's going to be heard here. Is he going to be called out? It doesn't look like a door going open as well. Tommy trying to make his way. And look at this long run he's gone on to try and get it.
No one has any idea where Tommy's at, and then he had a teammate with him for a moment. Only one player in position to stop him, but both teams will cap one apiece. So if you guys are brand new to competitive Call of Duty, Bricey, break it down for us. How is Blitz going to work?
Basically, sprint for the point, but both teams have their home flag there. They've got to get to the enemy home point. If they jump in that point, they get reset. They go all the way back to their home spawn and score a point for their team.
So, Bryce, if you can, let's throw on some Oracle mode as we're on board with Tommy for the moment, and Swanee is opening up 3-1. Right now, you're watching Jerd trying to make the push from this back gate.
He has managed to get it. Jerd now running through. They should be able to get this one very, very easily, and Epsilon in a very good position. If they can hold the overextend here, they should be able to lock it down. It doesn't look like they got map control. Here come Exertus.
Swanee taken down. Down goes Tommy as well, but Jerd is on a mission. He's on a 4-point spree. Enemy did just score, but Jerd's in position to tie this one up.
Oh, Jerd still going, still alive. He's trying to get a second cap for it. Gets another one off the head glitch, looking for the last man. He's going to come around. There he gets! Jerd does what he wants.
Let that happen.
Oh, he does what he wants. Comes in, picks up one at spawn as well. Jerd is on a 10. That's an 8 streak from him. Keep going. You can see that specialist bonus. He's got Scavenger, and he can continue to push through with his team.
Yeah, big plays from Reedy to pick up the 2-piece in the mid-map, but Jerd's just going to run through your defense.
That's the third one on the trot from Jerd as he continues going. As we stay on board with this man, can he continue this reign of terror?
You know, I've always been told that Jerd does what he wants. Now I'm actually witnessing it for myself for the first time.
Oh my goodness, not again, no way.
This is his fourth in a row.
Oh, I did it! He got in! He got in! Jerd 4 on the trot. He hasn't died. He's 7-2 as well. Mr. does what he wants is correct, Puckett.
King Jerd on a mission. Josh distracting, and this is cap number 5 for Jerd. Josh somehow making it through,
down he
and
goes.
Finally he's cut down, but 11-point streak. 4 of those are captures, 7-3, and the rest of the team is going to feed off that energy. Swanee on your screen now pushing up for cap number 7.
Great play there. I mean, Epsilon just kept them engaged all over the map, allowing Jerd to just continue going. Tommy trying to get that 3-piece, not able to do it. Let's just really watch Exertus for a second here. We're on board with Raiders. He tries to defend, picks up one, not able to get the second. Switching over to Robs. Let's see how he does.
I mean, I have a feeling we're going to watch a bunch of deaths if we keep watching this Exertus team, because looking through, no one has the hot hand. They really have no momentum, and if you look at the mini-map, their positioning is awful here.
Back on board with Jerd then. King Jerd, let's see if he can do it again. Coming straight through bottom blitz. He's looking for a man. If he can get this one, he should be able to get it. It doesn't matter. Walks it in anyway. 6 caps here for Jerd out of 9 for his team.
This is group play. There's only 3 teams per group. If you have 1 loss, that means you are in a must-win situation for your next map. Epsilon's going to be feeling very good if they can keep this up for the next 6 minutes and 30 seconds. 9-3 now, as I'm guessing they're going to put up over 20 here on Freight.
So now I'm just going to jump on board with Tommy, who's managed to get on the flank here. So you can actually see all of the Exertus pushing out, desperately trying to get some map control back. But here come Epsilon, and they're going to get shut down. Tommy, long way for no result.
Big Tom. Josh watching his base zone. There are 3 players pushing it. 1 there will take him out. A cap coming through. So that is actually his teammate Jerd going through. There's the enemy cap. 10-4, still a 6-point game in favor of Epsilon. But I do like how Exertus is getting a bit more aggressive.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure the COD stats guys are going to love this. Big shout out to them as well. But look at this, Jerd just continuing to go. There's just no stopping him. He gets another kill, pushes through. He's 14-4 with 7 catches. Puckett, he keeps going. There is no stopping King Jerd today.
He's got 11-point spree. That is his highest so far. Now a second spree going at 7 right now. What can Jerd do here in our last 30 seconds? He's finally cut down, but 15-5. He's plus 10 with 8 captures. I haven't seen too many better first half of the Blitz.
No, neither have I. And Swanee just continuing the fire going. They walk straight back into it. Going to get an... Oh, my goodness. How on earth did he die there? And Jura shut him down. You see Exertus going to try and get some points on the board. That they get one back. He might be able to get one more here. It's going to be Epsilon coming off the respawn. They are looking for it as they're just going to try and hold and wait this one out.
Josh picking up 2 nice defensive kills to finish the round. They keep their base clean and hold on to a 6-capture lead here in game number 3.
That was a ridiculous play from Epsilon. I mean, they were winning all over the field, and Jerd just kept punching holes in Exertus wherever he was on the map. They just couldn't stop him.
What about you guys out there in the crowd? Are you liking this gameplay from Epsilon? Is Epsilon the best team in the UK? Oh, not many. I don't. Are there TCM fans out here?
Okay, yeah, they could be. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But
wow.
Yeah. Going to be interesting to see. I think everybody's kind of wondering if we're going to see a TCM Epsilon matchup this weekend. We didn't see it last weekend. But Epsilon starting off strong once again. Jerd.
Game time.
Jerd, straight in again he goes. It's 9 captures now for this man.
It's almost like he's got a magnet that just kind of attracts him to that blitz spot, and if anything gets in the way, he just headshots it real quick. Here he is, just a straight line for another capture. He's going to have to wait 9 seconds. Only one player to beat, though, on the defense. Exertus really needs to get their setup down because they have a lot of holes in their blitz game right now.
If you took Jerd out of this game, Exertus would be winning 6-5. That's how ridiculous his score is. Currently 14-6. Big shots going down all over the field. This is where Exertus have got to come back. They've got to try and make a huge comeback all the way through this second half.
Swanee and Tommy with some decent numbers as well, and Josh just got to even. Now going positive at 12 and 11 with 3 caps, but that scoreboard, 15-6. They're continuing to pull away here in the first minute of side 2. Rated, Robs, and Endura have 4 minutes left to really get something going.
He certainly does. Looking for an Exertus player to kind of swap with that I didn't think was going to die very quickly, and it's very difficult to actually find one.
Tommy up top, just playing some base D. Endura trying to break in here for the Exertus crew. He's met on the corner by Josh. Jerd picking up a kill as well. Up to Robson Reedy. Now Rob's going to be cleaned up. All up to Reedy. 4 dead.
Goodness.
Move over. Here comes King Jerd and crew.
I try to give some love to the Exertus, but every single time I switch them, they're just hitting that respawn screen so fast. Epsilon keeping this slaying potential just locked down. Raiden picks up a TP though. Josh now having to do a little bit of defense. Raiden takes him down as well. Raiden is going through. That's another kill for Raiden. He's got 4. Swanee's going to answer back in kind, but Raiden's still alive. That's 4 for him. Not able to get it. It's going to be picked up by Swanee.
Caster Curse, man. Every time we show anyone, they instantly die. If we stay off them, they can pick up a few. But Jerd, he's got to play some defense here. Knows there's going to be a push coming in. His teammates call it out. We picked up 2. There's a 3rd. But now Raiden being called out, Jerd's on the hunt.
There you go, Jerd. Oh, not able to get him. He's still running. No, gets the bullets there, takes down Raiden. And here come Epsilon once again, pushing straight up the map. They've got this one locked down. It's their game to throw away. Robson and Endura taking it down. Jerd doing a 360 off the top, and he should be able to put this one home.
360 capture, 16-6, now a 10-point lead. They came into the half up 6. They have completely controlled this second side.
Nice, suddenly have Jerd now. Can it just be another Jerd tear? Just keep snapshotting people over the field. I feel like it's be a cap. There's someone up top. Jerd does not manage to get the turn quick enough.
All right, so 1 on the board here for Exertus. Down to the last 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Swanee behind enemy lines, grabs one. Gonna get the easy cap. Nice slide as he goes underneath the fire. Tommy continues to pick up kills in the kill feed as well. And Jerd, I mean, he's been playing phenomenal. KD, 10 captures, but Swanee has now taken over in that #1 spot of the kill column.
There you go, Swanee trying to push forward as well. Can he get that long range? Not able to do it. And I mean, there's just so much aggression here from Epsilon. Even when you think Exertus is starting to lock them down even a little bit, they make the kills, make the wave, and they are gone mid-map and straight into that blitz point.
MTAR for Tommy, something we don't see too often anymore since the kind of buff of the Vector. And let's see what Tommy can get done here. I think he's just going to be their base defense player, and it looks like one will slip through. So nice job by Exertus, not giving up quite yet. There's 80 seconds left on the clock, though, and they are down 9.
I think Jerd trying to go through again, actually doing the pre-spray. He gets taken down. This game was a little bit, it's slowed down, in my opinion, quite considerably. Both teams just kind of feel out. I think Epsilon like, we've got this. We don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, Dinge is in there celebrating already. I know Epsilon is pretty pumped up for the way they're playing right now. Now it's just for pride. Who can put up the best stats? The battles between Jerd and Swanee. Jerd now 25 and 16. Swanee right behind him will get cut down up top. Jerd won't be able to finish. And here he goes, another kill up top. 44 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, this is just very, very good play from Epsilon. And I did say earlier on, I mean, First game of the day I really was looking forward to for the exact reasons that I was trying to figure out who would come out of this group here. Now, Exertus do not look anywhere near as strong as they did actually last weekend. Like I said, could it be the big stage? Could it be the soundproof boost? The level of players and skill here this weekend is world class.
Man, Rated is really having a hell of a performance. 27-19. It's just too little, too late. And the rest of his team unable to keep up, especially Reedy, who's struggling. Exertus, now their backs against the wall. Curse is playing with a new fourth, playing with their coach instead of Tipsy. They're going to need to bring their A game, though. Otherwise, they're facing elimination.
There you go. I think Epsilon are already celebrating. They've got that one down. GG indeed. Epsilon take the swift 3-0 first game, knocking Exertus down a peg.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Epsilon taking the first match of G3.
There we go, coming across the stage, giving that handshakes as well. Fantastic showing from Epsilon. They are here this weekend to prove a point, and I think that's already been made.
27-18 with 10 captures from Jerd, 25-21 with 2 caps from Swanee. Everyone playing their role perfectly. Let's send it over to the analyst desk as they break it down.
Hey, hi guys, sorry, here we are. Right, so let's talk through it. What do you guys think? So first map, Strike Zone, what's your kind of read on it?
But Strike Zone is just all about all about kills really, and Epsilon, they just have a better team for slaying power. Swanee, Jerd, Tommy, and Josh. Josh is a bit smaller, but when he starts screaming, it is impossible to kill. I'm sure every player in Europe playing against him can confirm that. And overall, it's like, if you saw Swanee, he got a specialist on the top stairs after the quick start on A. And
because it's you know, that map obviously is like incredibly tactical. They were kind of like trapping them in there and then just kind of taking them all out. I mean, how important is tactics for that particular map?
Tactics, probably the most important map for tactics. Like, you've got, the communication has got to be on point, or you're gonna, if you let someone slip through, you get them behind you. You've lost the home flag, and then the map is so panicky, but Epsilon is so composed, so that's what won them the game.
Yeah, what do you think, Val?
I mean, it was quite a close game. First side, obviously Exertus won by a point, but I think second side, there was about a minute where Epsilon had them trapped in B, and that was just crucial. I think the momentum changed, and Epsilon just rode it out, and they were just slaying and just making loads of 2 and 3 pieces.
Yeah, so I mean, Ali, obviously, you know, you're a well-known YouTuber. I believe a few people have probably heard of you, right? A couple, maybe 1 or 2, right? How does it compare, obviously, to the kind of style that you play when you play COD?
So I typically stick to different game modes, to be honest, so it's very, very different. These guys are working as a team. It's all about teamwork, communication, doing the right thing at the right time, and that's exemplified throughout all of the game modes. Epsilon did fantastic. Shane predicted the 3-0 win, and that's exactly what happened, so congratulations to Shane.
Do you win a prize? What prize do you win?
We have loads of sweets around here, so
there are lots of sweets under this desk, it has to be said. Right, so map 2, we had Warhawk on S&D. What was your kind of read on the whole situation?
That surprised me, to be honest. Like, I'm the Gfinity qualified for this event. Exertus did beat us 3-0. Well, we are the Lightning Pandas. We don't really win any games, so it was quite unexpected. But I was so surprised to see a 6-0 sweep completely. But Tommy's sniper, he's so well known for it. Like, when you get first pick every round, it just makes everything so much easier for you.
Just not calmly. I just know. Yeah, never. Not me. Never. What do you reckon, Mel? What do you mean?
Totally unexpected for me. I mean, Exertus are a great S&D team. I expected a close game. I even expected Exertus to take it, and it was unfortunate. But Tommy made loads of great plays, and I just think it was too much. Epsilon were just in their face, and I don't think Exertus really knew how to handle it.
Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, like the final map, which was just like right off the bat was crazy. What I mean, I just can't even begin to like understand how you can just like Jared was like going through like boom, 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 multitasking like an absolute boss. Insane. I don't even know how you manage that. How do you even focus to be that kind of on point?
That map was like, it's one-sided as Lionel Messi, but it's tight as Bramble. But like when you've got a player like Jerd on your team, that makes everything so much easier for you on a map like Freight Blitz, where again it's a map like Strike Zone. It's all about the kills, mid-map control. When you're playing against Jerd, it's like Bryce said, Jerd does what he wants. I do have to give it to him. I have to give it to McGee for that. He gave him the phrase of Jerd does what he wants, which he does.
Which I suppose, like in a team game, is fine if you're like a complete badass, right? If he was like going off and sucking, then everyone would be really annoyed. But everyone's like, oh, let him do it, it's cool. Ali, what's your kind of take on it? Did you enjoy that? Because that was so fast-paced.
It was crazy. Jerd not only slayed out the opposition, but also went for the objectives, so sort of like doing both roles there, which was absolutely crazy. I think he went like an 11-point streak right off the bat, which is just absolutely crazy to be able to do both of those objectives. It's crazy. He's a fantastic player. So yeah, really, really good blitz side from Epsilon and taking that 3-0 victory in the end.
Do you get a little bit in awe sometimes of pro Call of Duty players, Ali?
I don't know. I mean, some of their gun skills really, really impressive. I mean, these guys need to have their gun skill at top notch. Otherwise, they're going to be losing out on gunfights. And these guys are really showing off the sort of top skill within Call of Duty, and it's definitely impressive.
So finally, Mel, what's your take on that particular map?
Jerd. That map was just Jerd all over.
Didn't it make you just love him a little bit? You're just
it was just slaying everyone, going for the objective. He went like 11-point streak and then like a 6 or 7-point streak afterwards. So yeah, Jerd.
Just
Jerd.
Just Jerd. You know, that's all
Jerd
you really
beat
need to say. So, I mean, as you're saying, you predicted it. That's absolutely fantastic. I think that, you know, obviously, you know, Exertus were coming in and that kind of underdog beginning bit where it's a bit like, hey, no one thinks we're going to do anything, so we've got nothing to lose. And then naturally, maybe like the skill and the talent of Epsilon just kind of knocked him out, really.
I did expect Epsilon to win 3-0, but not like that. That was an absolute blowout, and I'm sure Exertus will be disappointed, and hopefully they can bounce back in the next game.
Definitely. I think we're just going to go for a quick commercial break, and then we'll be having a bit of the pre-match analysis for the next game.
Inside, upside down. Inside out. Inside out. Inside out. inside, inside out, out, inside, inside, inside out, inside, inside, upside down, inside, inside, inside out, inside, inside out, out, inside, inside, inside out, inside, upside down.
Make the ground shake.
Hey, yes, welcome back here to Gfinity 3. We're back here on the analyst desk getting ready for the next match, which is, of course, Infuse versus EG. Okay, so we've got our tip-top guys who know this game inside out, backwards, forwards, left, right. What's your prediction on these particular teams? What do you reckon is going to go down?
With Infuse, like, they surprisingly got here. They won the qualifier for their play team. They played awesome to get here.
Yeah.
Their play style is incredibly reckless. Like, one of their players is an ex-Lightning Panda, so that doesn't scream so well for them already.
Well, yeah, and their poor choice of hats.
Of course, but they have Joe and Smith. They play so reckless. With EG playing so disciplined, I think that's their only hope to win the respawns.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it could go either way, right? You know, it can either, like, being completely reckless can just sort of mix everything up and they can't predict, obviously, what you're going to do. But, I don't know. So, yeah, what do you reckon, Will?
As much as I love my boys on Infuse, I'm just going to have to say 3-0 EG.
Yeah.
I know that the boys at Infuse haven't really had much time to practice as a team, and obviously EG are EG, and they just wreck kids all day long.
They just wreck kids all day long. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the background of EG for, like, maybe some of the newer people to Call of Duty, where they came from, effectively?
Well, if anyone's had a complexity, which if they know competitive COD, they must have, because if there's a tournament, EG have won it. They won Anaheim twice in a row.
Yeah.
I haven't got enough fingers to count how many tournaments they won, but they recently won the World Championship. So if you win the World Championship, you are the best team in the world.
But then you've got to live up to that. The pressure. No. It's like, I don't know, like
I don't think Crim6 feels pressure, to be honest. He's not human. If any of you watch Crim play, it's disgraceful what he does to people.
Oh man, I don't know if I can handle that pressure. Ali, what do you think? Do you have any particular favourites, or like what do you think? I mean, do you think it's just going to go with, you know, this team? They've like won so many times, they're just going to walk straight through it.
Yeah, EG are the powerhouse from America. I think there's a bit of rivalry between the UK and American teams.
No,
it'd be great to see Infuse do, you know, maybe take a few maps. We'll have to see. But I think EG have probably got this, as you just said. You know, they've won many tournaments now, and I think it's probably going to go in the favour of EG.
Do you think does it just get to the point with nerves that, and you know, being on a stage and feeling that pressure that you just do it so much that you're just like, yeah, whatever, it's like brushing your teeth?
Especially with a team like EG, definitely, but with Infused, I think on their side is the fact that they have no pressure. Like a little Infused, they're a relatively new team. Like Pele said, they haven't practiced much either. Like the pressure is all on EG. If their reckless playstyle can work, then they may be able to scrape a victory. But I wouldn't put money on it.
Okay, well, why don't we get this underway? We're going to chuck to the casters. We've got Gandhi and Rel who are over there, and we'll just go to you guys. Take it away.
Well, hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Gandhi joined by Rel.
Yep.
Dude, London's nuts.
This is going to be a big game. Obviously, Evil Genius is one of the favourites to actually take this tournament, going up against Infuse, the UK underdogs. It's a UK-American rivalry here.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, EG obviously is your world champions, as my buddy Shane over there attempted to say. They look really good. Evil Genius is a very stacked team. They've looked very dominant, with the only team who really can do any kind of contention against them has been Optic Gaming up to this point. So now it's kind of like, can Infused hang with them? And you know more about Infused than I do, so if you could touch on that, that'd be...
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, the Infused lineup, so we've got Juicy, Joe, we have Luke and Necrome, so they've not been teaming together for all that long. However, they did qualify for this tournament via the World Online Qualifiers, where they only dropped 2 maps and they were 2 search and destroys. So I think that's going to be key to seeing how they actually play here, going up against these guys. But, I mean, Evil Geniuses, it's a 2-time world champion of Karma featuring on that team. Amongst Aches, TP, and of course Crim. Teaming together for a long time.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to do our player intros too. But I mean, looking at this matchup here, game type number 1 here is going to be Sovdom. Game 2 is Freight Search and Destroy. If you guys know anything about competitive Call of Duty, you know Freight Search, Sovdom really favors EG in this series. So with that said, I mean, it's going to be very hard for them to kind of come out on top.
Yeah.
But I think anything kind of can happen here. In Gfinity, at least from what I have gathered from it, I mean, I'm relatively new to the whole European scene, but there's always something that's like catastrophically crazy that happens. Like Envy didn't make it, Optic Gaming didn't make it out of pool play at G2, so anything can happen like that.
And this is it, because Infused are the underdogs, just like Shane said, you know, they've no pressure on them.
Yeah.
Evil Geniuses, they might get complacent, and Infused could take the, take the advantage in that respect.
Yeah, it is going to be tough, though. I mean, you got to look at it on the other side. I mean, Karma is a soon-to-be father, right? Like, he's got a lot of pressure here. He's not able to go to Dallas. He's going to be kind of hanging out. This is a big event win for them. I mean, just looking at the prize breakdown here, what is it, 30K for first place,
30
right?
for first,
Something
yeah.
like just mind-blowingly dumb that doesn't make sense to anyone.
Yeah, but it's going to be really good. I mean, one thing I would say about Infused, none of these players have actually taken a tournament themselves. The difference with Evil Geniuses, they play in almost every single final, winning almost every single one of them. I believe on Ghost have only dropped 2. One was against Strictly Business in the Championship qualifiers, and at the X Games as well, he didn't take that. But apart from that, they've been completely dominant.
Yep, the last tidbit we will hit here before a quick commercial break is that Mr. X is actually going to be behind them here. They've only lost 2 series ever with Mr. X coaching them. So we're going to hop to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the game. Stay tuned.